Hey everyone, welcome back to Great Northwest Weaponry. This is Thomas. And today we are going to take a look at the Walther PPQ 45. This is my newest gun acquisition. I am very, very happy with it so far. It handles amazingly. These are the PPQ variation of Walther's line of firearms. This is I believe it's called Model 1, where it's got the button release. I'll check on that, but there's the second variation has a paddle release that's ambidextrous. This does have an ambidextrous slide release. It's 12 round 45. So an awesome pistol, very highly functional, fantastic feeling trigger. And this one's got tritium front and rear dots. So you've got your night sights, and it's almost hard to miss with this thing once you find where you're hitting. As you saw, as soon as I kind of found my spot, I started speeding up, and it's really easy to control. I found with this gun, it's pretty nose heavy. Like, you know, if you take at the back of the trigger here, the weight tilts toward the nose by a significant amount. That a lot of people find that annoying, but to me that is fantastic, because I found it's a polymer frame striker fire gun, so when you're shooting, it kicks a lot, because 45 on a polymer frame is pretty light, but it draws right back to where you want it to pretty naturally. You don't really have to do an awful lot of control. Grips feel great. Just everything about this gun I'm very, very happy about. As I'd already mentioned, the trigger on this thing is it's fantastic. If you watch closely, there's your break. There is absolutely no sponge whatsoever. It's I believe it's a 0.4 inch trigger draw, so from start to break is 0.4 inches, and then break, and it's super clean, feels fantastic. These are actually very lauded for their trigger. By Guns and Ammo, this gun was awarded Gun of the Year when it was released, and I believe it's 2015, and the NRA gave it the Golden Bullseye Award as well. Like, it's a very awarded, very praised gun. They're used by German police now in various calibers. They make these in 9mm, 40 S&W, and 45 ACP. They're used by the German police and several other police agencies around the world. It's a very well-made gun, and I'm very, very happy with it. Let's go ahead and stick this thing on the table and take a closer look. So here we are. PPQ 45. PPQ, what this actually means is Police Pistol Quick Defense Trigger. That's the Q covers the whole police or quick defense trigger. So what this is the, again, I've said, much praised trigger. If you pull anywhere that isn't depressing that center piece, the gun will not fire. There is no traditional safety on this gun anywhere. You've just got your slide release, your actual disassembly tab there, and then your mag release. Of which, and I was correct when I said earlier M1 or M2. M1 is the single side button release, and it can be switched. The gun does come with a right side mag release, but then the M2 is paddle releases that are ambidextrous, much like a lot of what you see in HK pistols. So let's take the mag out, take a look at disassembly. Disassembly is super easy. First off, if you are cocked, you have to depress and fire the gun, or it will not come apart. So now you just release some pressure on the slide, because what all you're doing is this notch here, if it's roughly lined up with that piece, you're good. But it doesn't have to be exact. You're just releasing pressure on an internal piece that we'll take a look at. You depress that, and the whole thing comes off. So this is just depressed here, and you can see that little piece right there. That's the only thing holding the slide on the gun. And then you got your whole slide, your striker assemblies in here if you wanted to get really deep into it, but for quick field strip, just take out your mainspring, barrel. And I don't know if you can, okay, you can kind of see it. This is what's called the hex barrel, I believe, or something of that nature. It's a very good barrel. It hits pretty accurately. It is very sturdy, very hard to damage. And reassembly is you know, it's a piece of cake. You just reinsert the barrel, if I can line it up. Okay, barrel reinserted, and you want to make sure that you got this oriented the correct direction. ready to go. That's it. Super simple. Super easy to use. Very much like a Glock assembly and disassembly. Most of your striker-fired pistols are going to be very similar to that. One more thing while we're looking up here closely, and I'm going to put the mag in for this part. I've noticed a lot of 45s, when you have the gun locked open, it is very hard to release with the lever. With this, it's super simple. It's a very long lever. You've got a lot of leverage. So, yeah. All in all, guys, I'm infinitely impressed with this thing. I'm very happy that I bought it. And would you believe me if I told you that this was bought for me by Kate Brown, the gun-grabbing governor of Oregon? You probably wouldn't, but, you know, I used my state tax return, so in essence she did. So thank you, Kate Brown. Never thought I would thank you for anything, but here we are. So let's go ahead and put another mag through this and call it a wrap. And you gotta seat this pretty good, give it a nice little bonk. It's a pretty firm mag well, so. It's wonderful, guys. It feels great. It's, I like, if you were wanting a gun for home defense, this thing is monstrous. If you were wanting a gun for fun shooting, like I'm doing currently, it's a ton of fun. It's super easy to shoot. I'm not far from the target at all, but it hits right where you would expect it to. It feels great. The night sights is a very nice little addition, and everything about it just feels super clean and just really functional and smart. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's been Thomas with Great Northwest Weaponry, and I'll see you next time.